The most essential part of any outdoor dad's kit is the rig that gets you there and back. Durable dads, brothers from other mothers, and sisters from different misters, thanks for tuning in. All right, I actually planned for this week to be a little quieter. Little bit of a reset, little bit of recovery. But Lou the 4Runner had other ideas entirely. Now, I already knew there were a couple of leaks on the old girl. There was nothing catastrophic, just older vehicle stuff you keep an eye on. I suspected valve cover gaskets. Front crank seal leak was already on my radar. I knew the front struts were getting tired because I did the rear shocks last year. But then the leaks changed. Leaks started getting steady. And once that happens, now we've got a problem. So Lou headed into the secret facility for timing belt, water pump, thermostat, cam seals, and you know what? Why not an oil change? Basically the please survive adventure season package. And honestly, it's a good thing we did. Well, look what the delivery driver brought us. Okay, what do we got? 2 packages. Well, okay. It looks like that one is mine, and the bottom one is my daughter's. The bigger one probably is less expensive too. I'm feeling ripped off. So from what I understand, taking out the AC, lovely to have, was the bollocks in this whole thing, but there she is. She's apart. Those the pulleys need to come off to change the seals, and then she all gets put back together. So here we sit. So my girl Lou back there is about halfway into a pacemaker change. So what's getting done is obviously the timing's done because the front seal popped the leak. While we're in there, it was well timed to be able to, do the timing. It was due. We're also going to go ahead and change the cam seals too while we're at it, since we're in here. So the price is going up, but the opportunity is just so good. Okay, so it's what I got to do. I'm going to be playing a part in it because, I am, and I'll show you that here in a sec. So my participation in all this is this. There's another couple prime examples of, oil covered grossness over next to the pressure washer. So my fun job is to scrape these off and pressure wash them so I'm not, starting a fire and melting off grease for a long time afterwards. Well, I better go get changed. So editor's notes, probably 3.1 to maybe 3.4 here. So the first order of business, it is amazing to have a super skilled mechanic with a little off the grid kind of awesome setup like this that'll do the cash jobs and get you in super quick. Okay. This could be catastrophic in terms of price. This is already putting me in, I'm going to be eating a lot of hot dog water soup for a while. Anyways, it needed to get done. So it's getting done and I have the opportunity. So that's one. First of all, having the mechanic is one. I'm super blessed and grateful. 2, editing note that comes along with this is that you may have to participate in the repair. on some level. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to get in there and wrench because, you know, I'd just be getting in the way. But I can do things like cleaning, which is good. I wanted to do that and get all the greasy oil sludge off of things because that was due, but that's not super awesome. Okay. And maybe the third point is, yeah, take care of your vehicles. And when opportunities arise to get the major things done, do them, right? I mean, this old gal is at 445. She's getting a new pacemaker. So that's one of the main concerns and one of the things that can go down. It's getting done and is getting done now and it's getting done right. Did I want to do this? No. There's a lot of things that I could be spending the money on at the very beginning of the adventure season. However, this has got to get done. And you know what? My major piece of kit is right there behind me. And this buys maybe another couple $100K. Anyways, I better get to work here. So in a shocking twist in a saga epic long day, cam seals were leaking. The front seal was leaking. We got that all kind of taken care of. Yeah, I'm still in my grubby cleanup clothes. Oil pressure switch is leaking and it's too late to go and get anything right now. So we're going to jury rig it and then I'll have to pick up the part. Take care of that later. Oh, the joys of vehicle ownership. All right, once we got into things, turns out the suspected valve cover leak was actually the cam seals. Front crank seal leaking too. And while we're underneath the truck, turns out Lou needed an alignment bad, which explained the wandering tire squeal and the occasional sound of the tires basically dragging sideways through turns. That's not ideal, but honestly, better now than halfway down some logging road in the middle of nowhere. So the original plan was simple. Finish the engine work, get Lou aligned, call this little maintenance saga done and in the books. Except old rigs don't always respect the plan. The alignment shop took one look underneath and basically said, yeah, we can't honestly align this yet. Turns out both the inner tie rods have play. Lower ball joints leaking with slight movement. One CV leaking. And the left front strut is officially cooked, which honestly explains a lot. The wandering, the tire scrub, the weird steering feel I've been chasing since getting my summers on. And that's the thing with older rigs. Sometimes the repair you booked is just the repair that reveals the next repair. Now, thankfully, none of this is catastrophic. Annoying? Expensive? Absolutely. But fixable. And currently, my wings are clipped for local short trips only until I figure this out. And I am itching for adventure. But I'd rather find this stuff out now than halfway through the summer adventure season. So the current plan is get the front end tightened up properly, sell off the studded winter setup, and slowly keep bringing Lou back to the solid baseline condition. That's older rig life. Sometimes adventure season starts with maintenance instead of mountains. And honestly, as stressful as this week was, I'm actually grateful because every single one of these issues got caught before failure, before a breakdown, and before getting stranded somewhere stupid. And I think that's something people forget about older rigs. Adventure vehicles aren't just about lifts, gear, lights, rooftop tents, cool shots for Instagram. They're about reliability, because the whole point of the rig is getting you and crew there and getting you home again. And durability, it's not having perfect gear. It's maintaining what you've got, adapting when plans change, and keeping things moving anyway. All right, amigos, Lou's alive. the leaks are handled. The big maintenance is done. Or so I thought. And now the front end has officially introduced itself. That's old rig ownership in pretty much a nutshell. Not one big repair, a series of negotiations. And honestly, this is probably one of the most durable dads videos I could make. Real world ownership, real world problems, real world adaptation. Anyways, here's me keeping the coffee hot and the parking lots leak free. Peace out, Scout.
All